Welcome to this special podcast, sponsored by Murphy Business Sales Edison, New Jersey office, where your business aspirations meet expert guidance. Whether you're looking to sell your business or explore new acquisition opportunities, we are here to support you every step of the way. Join us as our hosts deep dive into small business topics which are relevant for buyers, sellers, and other transaction advisors in the ecosystem.
Selling your company. For a lot of entrepreneurs, that is the ultimate dream, right? But what happens when that dream deal, it just falls apart right at the very end? We're going to dive into why so many deals die after a letter of intent gets signed, all based on the latest dead deal report. And more importantly, we're going to lay out a playbook so you can actually avoid these traps. Let's do it. Okay, just picture it. You've poured years, maybe your whole life into your business. All those sleepless nights, the risks, the sacrifices, it all led to this. You've got a serious offer on the table. You've signed the letter of intent, the LOI. It really feels like you've made it. You're probably thinking about popping the champagne.
But is that signature really the end of the road? You have to wonder, right? What really happens in those next few weeks and months? Well, it turns out that's when things get really complicated. And for a lot of people, it's where the dream turns into a huge disappointment.
And that's the absolute truth of it, that LOI, it doesn't mean the race is over. It means a brand new, way more intense race has just begun. It's called due diligence. This is where the buyer puts every single part of your business under a microscope. And you know what the data shows? This is exactly where most deals fall apart.
So let's go ahead and map out that minefield. We're going to look at the biggest reasons that seemingly great deals just completely collapsed this past year. The idea is for you to spot these problems long before a buyer ever does.
Now this chart, this tells a really powerful story. Just look at the top two slices. You've got non-QOE diligence and financial discrepancies. Add those up and you get almost half, 46.6% of all broken deals. So what's the big takeaway here? It's not that buyers can't get money anymore. It's that they're digging in and finding fundamental problems with the businesses they're trying to buy.
All right, let's start with the number one deal killer, non-QOE diligence findings. Now, QOE means quality of earnings. That's the deep dive into your financials. Non-QOE is, well, everything else. This is all the messy, unpredictable stuff. We're talking about the operational skeletons in the closet. So what do these skeletons actually look like? Well, it could be anything. Maybe an old lawsuit you never mentioned. Or the fact that, 40% of your entire revenue comes from one single client. Or maybe a key contract has some hidden clause that lets a customer walk away easily. These are the kinds of surprises that just terrify buyers and completely shatter trust. And wow, this quote really shows you how serious this can get. I mean, can you imagine being the buyer and digging this up? It's not a negotiation point. It's an immediate, we're done here, deal breaker. It just goes to show you how critical total transparency is from day one.
Okay, the second biggest deal killer is basically the financial version of what we just talked about. Quality of earnings issues. This is what happens when the real numbers, the ones the buyer's accountants verify, don't match the story you've been telling. And we're not talking about a rounding error, we're talking about a major disconnect.
Just think about the fallout from this quote for a second. The entire price of the business was probably based on an earnings number that was inflated by a quarter. When a buyer finds that, trust doesn't just get damaged, it completely evaporates. They don't just try to lower the price, they walk.
And this isn't just a fluke, it's a clear trend. Look at this chart. Over the last 3 years, as money got easier to find, financing problems as a reason for deal failure just plummeted. But at the exact same time, diligence issues, problems with the businesses themselves, skyrocketed. The point is, the money's out there. But buyers are more careful than ever about the health of the actual business they're buying.
So what's the real cost when a deal dies, 3 or 4 months after you've signed that LOI? Well, it's huge. And it's not just about the legal fees. It's a massive drain on your most important resources, your time, your focus, and your money. Just look at these numbers. We're not talking about a couple of weeks here. A deal can be locked up in an exclusivity period where you can't talk to anyone else for over 4 months before it all falls apart. That's 4 months, your business is just in limbo, your team is completely distracted. It's a massive, massive opportunity cost. And here's where all that wasted time turns into wasted money. Now, this quote is from a buyer, but trust me, the seller is feeling this pain too. Both sides can spend tens, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars on lawyers and accountants, only to find a fatal flaw that, honestly, should have been caught and fixed years ago.
Okay,
We've seen the problems. They are big, they are expensive, and they happen all the time. But here's the good news. They are not inevitable. So now, let's talk about the solution. Let's talk about how to turn all this knowledge into a proactive playbook for a successful exit.
This right here is the big mental shift you have to make. You don't win by hiding your company's problems and just hoping the buyer won't find them. No way. You win by finding them and fixing them yourself, long before a buyer is even in the picture. The goal is to make due diligence a simple confirmation, not a stressful investigation.
So here it is, your 4-step playbook. 1. Run your own pre-diligence audit. That means you hire pros to act like a buyer and tear your own business apart. They'll find those skeletons, customer concentration, contract problems, so you can fix them. 2. Invest in a sell-side quality of earnings report. This is you paying for an audit of your own finances to prove your numbers are real before you go to market. No more financial surprises. 3. Get your expert advisors, your M&A lawyer, your accountant, your banker on board years before you plan to sell. This is not a do-it-yourself project. Their advice is an investment. And finally, number 4, get your own strategy straight. Know your goals, what you think your business is worth, and what you're going to do after you sell so you don't get cold feet at the last minute. This isn't a weekend project. It's a multi-year strategy to give you the best possible shot at a smooth, successful sale.
And you know, this all leads to a much bigger idea. All this work we've been talking about, it's not just about getting ready for one single transaction. It's really a totally different way of thinking about your business every single day.
And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. A business that is always ready for a sale is also just a fundamentally well-run, transparent, and strong business. It has clean financials, solid contracts, and smooth operations. Getting ready for an exit doesn't just help you on closing day, it makes your business more valuable every single day you own it.
So, I'll just leave you with this one question. If you got that dream phone call tomorrow, and a team of experts was coming in to start due diligence, what would they find? Would it be a simple confirmation of the amazing business you told them about? Or would it be a messy investigation full of ugly surprises? The answer to that question is completely in your control. And the work to get it right? Well, that starts today.
Thank you from all of us at Murphy Business Sales for taking the time to learn about this important topic. We look forward to working together to achieve your business aspirations. For more information or a complimentary consultation for sell-side services, visit us at murphybusiness.com/Edison and complete our Contact Us form.